Göbekli Tepe is a discovered site that has puzzled and fascinated experts since it was discovered. They have debated on who built this, but more importantly, they do not know the reason why it was built or how. Now experts have been able to make another startling discovery near Göbekli Tepe, and that is Karahan Tepe. This is just as astonishing as Göbekli Tepe, leaving experts scrambling to find answers on who this civilization was. Karahan Tepe is a unique site due to the fact that when the morning sun rises, it lands on top of specific pillars and illuminates them. Along with this discovery is a site containing many different odd faces that are depicting certain aspects that experts do not have answers for. What is most strange is that the site was filled with dirt by those who built it, leaving experts wondering why the site was hidden and what did it mean. This location puzzles experts to this day with trying to interpret how it could be built. Predating the Stonehenge by 6,000 years, Göbekli Tepe stumps experts with not only who built this, but why this was built. Examining the stone structures, one interpretation is that this was a ceremonial place. However, the time and history in which this was built, experts know that this place predates agriculture, which means no one was supposed to be settled in one place, or were they? With the Sumerians to not come till another 3,000 years, it is obvious agriculture was required for society to remain in one location. So could Göbekli Tepe change how a civilization could exist in one spot? So this now makes Göbekli Tepe the oldest known human construction. If Göbekli Tepe predates agriculture in any known civilization that existed in one place, this leaves us with questions. Why would they build such a location, and who were they building it for? Interpreting who built both locations is where experts and other researchers can start to look at the region and what was happening. With those who built Göbekli Tepe and Karahan coming before the Sumerians, it starts to shape how we defined who is really jump-starting the birth of civilization. When we examine all that the Sumerians have done with what made them a civilization, we first learn that they once were hunter-gatherers. The first people who built Göbekli Tepe were hunter-gatherers as well, so the capability to withstand and hold onto an advanced civilization is not difficult for them to do. Experts just happen to only look to incorporate being a civilization by the mere fact of settling in one place. However, there needs to be the capability of being able to contribute a civilization of not needing or wanting to be in one place. Native Americans are another great example who have built legacies based upon hunter-gatherer groups. Settling next to rivers and bodies of water allowed for the Sumerians to create such a grand scale of a civilization. However, until we learn more about those that built Göbekli Tepe, we cannot write off the fact that the capabilities of the Sumerians can also be attributed to them. The technological and philosophical advancement of the Sumerians is that of something great, but we can only interpret what they were capable of doing by their own written accounts. The Sumerians were contributed with being the first civilization to establish writing. Just like we see at Göbekli Tepe, is a civilization who took the time to scribe what mattered most to them and what they wanted to be remembered by. Seeing the sculptures, we can see their attempt to document what they wanted to remember. However, it is experts' interpretations of what these drawings were meant to mean. Just like the Sumerians had the cuneiform and the ancient Egyptians had the hieroglyphs, we cannot write out the fact that those who built Göbekli Tepe and Karahan's writing system may have been a type of hieroglyph. Knowing that different groups and civilizations have their own writing interpretations, if it was not verbal, we have to take what was written seriously enough to try and decipher what the message could be. If experts are struggling with defining exactly what both sites were and who built them, then what was drawn and what was written should be taken seriously. When we look at different sites across the world, from the Americas to Africa to the Middle East, we see countless of images and sculptures that use the same methods. We even see animals drawn in ancient Egypt that were not common to the area. Once we can dig deeper and develop better interpretations of Göbekli Tepe and Karahan, we may start to piece a puzzle together that could also lead to a further understanding to the Sumerians' connection.